to do in retirement is host parties.
That's it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. It is 7:02 and we do have B. I do have our call officially recording right now. And I know that we're going to get this out to our unit and our national areas. And we're just thankful and grateful for those that are able to join us live tonight. What a treat, right, LaRonda? What a treat we have. And so I'm going to go ahead and let LaRonda start. She's going to welcome everybody. And then I would like to take over and introduce you to our girlfriend, B. Millslagle.
That's right. Well, first of all, welcome everyone. And we're just honored that you're here, and just thank you for your commitment and your dedication to your national sales director and to your sales director. It means so much to us, and to honor B here tonight. So I just want to say thank you. And so I just really, all of you, I just want you to open your heart and your mind to the possibilities. Honestly, I've been telling for a couple of years that I believe that people really just don't dream the way we used to dream. And I know things are crazy in the world, and we just got to really get in our zone and start dreaming those God-sized dreams. And so tonight, I want to encourage you to dream. I want to encourage you to think a new thought. I want you to listen. Yes, it's going to be B's story, but you know what? You have your story, and every single one of us has a story to be told. And I hope and pray you're able one day to share your story. And so B, I just want to say, I've loved you forever and ever. I remember London. Was it London? On top of the little things that took us around London. And you spoke, I will never forget the impact that you spoke into my life. And you spoke loud and clear, and I heard you and I felt you, and I believed everything that came out of your mouth that day. And I want you to know that you were a huge voice in launching just what my unit did and everything and all that. And I just want to say thank you for who you are. Thank you for your love. Troy and I have loved you and enjoyed the trips and everything. And I'm just honored that you're my friend. So thank you, B, for everything you've ever done for me.
Aww. Well, I want to tell you about B too. And I'm going to first tell you a little bit about what I know about B and her business. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I know B myself personally. And then I'm going to just turn it over. B does have to be complete tonight at 8 o'clock. And so we're all going to be complete and done with this call at 8 o'clock tonight. So we're early tonight. That will give everyone a chance to get a booking or something, right? And so, oh my goodness. Well, let me tell you first a little bit about my girlfriend, B. And I've known B for many years. And I have been blessed by her. But let me just share with you just a few things about her, around her Mary Kay business. So as a consultant, ladies, I want to let you know that she achieved Mary Kay's Court of Sales and Mary Kay's Court of Sharing. So Mary Kay's Court of Sharing is 24 qualified team members, right? And then the Court of Sharing is over 40,000 retail. And by the way, if you haven't muted out, just go ahead and just kind of take your cursor over your picture and just mute yourself to make sure that we have a real clean copy tonight, because we want to be able to have this video for years to come. And so, by the way, so when she did Mary Kay's Court of Sales and Mary Kay's Court of Sharing, basically what she did is she set herself up for full circle success right out of the gate as an independent beauty consultant, which is really super smart. I want to let you know this too. Once she became a sales director, so she earned her first car that year. Of course she did, because when you're selling the product and you're team building, then you organically grow your Mary Kay business, and she won her car. Now listen to this. She became a sales director. And after becoming a sales director with Mary Kay, it took her 90 days to earn her and her unit her very first pink Cadillac as a sales director with Mary Kay. So that's really fast. So she started it by putting a strong foundation down, and then she became a director, and then instantly she won that Cadillac within her first quarter of being a sales director. Now listen to this. because she has such a solid foundation, and I'm going to keep on saying that because I think that that's the key. One of the keys to success, right, is a solid foundation. She led her unit to the very, very top. Now, that includes her and her unit being in the $1 million circle of excellence. B and her unit, by the way, earned over 15. So this is someone who became a pro at her Mary Kay business. My mom always said someone can do anything once. However, it's the professional that masters it and does it over and over and over again. And B earned a top director trip as a sales director 15 times in her Mary Kay career as a sales director. And she would literally went all over the world. She had cruises and trips. And her and her husband, Pat, who is an awesome husband of hers. I love Pat as much as I love B. They've made priceless memories. And I can tell you, she also made priceless friendships too, me being one of those girls. And I'm so fortunate. She debuted as a national sales director with over 36 sales directors in her national area. So she went strong as a new national. And so she became a national in 2005. And by the way, she served on the national advisory boards with Mary Kay. And basically the advisory boards really acts as the go-between between the corporate field or the corporate side and then the field. And so she's right there in the happy middle, being able to speak for us on the sales side. And so we're grateful and thankful for your wisdom that you always contributed to corporate. Now, her blood, I mean, like, I find this, like, when I read this, it brought me to tears, B, when I think about this, because her legacy will be carried on. And in retirement, she has, she's got two beautiful girls, and one of her daughters has made the decision to step into the position of sales director and is a brand new sales director. And she is going to, so B is basically going to be passing her legacy on to her daughter, which is such a beautiful legacy to pass on to her, B. And of course, both of her girls grew up pink in Mary Kay, like myself. And I can tell you, they have confidence, they have ambition, they have compassion for others, and they are great human beings and great contributors to the community. And so what I love about B, I have to tell you, B came into my life because of my mother. Oh my goodness. That's one of the biggest gifts my mom gave me, was my friendship to B. And she and B were like BFFs when my mom was a top director and a national sales director. And I got to know B through my mom. And when my mom retired, oh my gosh, 8 years ago now, how long? Like, it's been a while now. She took B to the side and said, B, when I retire, I want you to take care of my daughter. And B didn't even think twice. And she was like, well, she's just my little sister. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I tell you what, every event that I've ever gone to, B has been right there by my side, leading the way or side by side with her. And I'm so profoundly appreciative of your friendship. She really just is a class act in and out of Mary Kay. Who you see B out of Mary Kay is the same person that she is in Mary Kay. I love how authentic you are, B. I love she's just eloquent. She's so like classy, and you're gonna see that. I'm like, oh wow, I gotta clean up my act around B. No. So, oh my goodness, but just the travel, every time we go out of the country with Mary Kay, one of my very first people that I think about to have dinner with is always B. And we're excited for her. She is officially retiring. It's hard to even think that, but a month and a half from now at Leadership Conference, she will be retiring after 38. Is it 38? 38 years serving in Mary Kay. And B, you have done it so incredibly. And I just, from our side, we are so thankful
Then
and
slight right onto the I-10 East ramp.
oops, Katarina, just mute your call, Katarina. Oh, there we go. I got it. And so we're just thankful. We're thankful and grateful that we've had you all of these years in Mary Kay. And our company is a better company today because of you contributing to the lives of your national area and to the Go Give and From Stage and serving on advisory boards. And I love you and appreciate you and grateful that you are going to be sharing with us one of the last groups that you'll be sharing with before retiring as an active national. So thank you very much, B. We love you.
Oh gosh, thank you so much. And it's an honor to be invited. I really feel that way. And LaRhonda, what a pleasure and what a pleasant surprise. I found out today you were going to be on. And yeah, I remember that bus ride. And I think I remember saying something like, just enjoy, don't rush it, just enjoy it. You're young. My goodness. So yeah, memories traveling all over the world. And Terry, I had the pleasure of hosting Terry, and she, from all her wisdom and experience, poured into my group just a couple weeks ago. And so it's just been such a blessing. Terry, how much time do I have? I'm going to actually set my timer because I want to be good.
Well, we officially have until 8:30, but I know you have to be off at 8. So you can take as much time as you need until 8.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to just set it and see where I go here. Yeah, good. Let's just see. Let's just do that. Okay. All right. Beautiful. So I am just tickled pink to be here, I have to say. And whoops, this is what I wanted to share. Okay. I just, like I said, tickled pink to be here and to share. And it is an exciting time because yes, I will be graduating or relaunching or whatever you want to call it. And so I am going to share a little bit about my story, but then I want to just give you some tips. Hopefully something will be a new thought for you. I'm really big on change your mind, change your life is kind of my motto. And it's all about, what you think about, bring about, and all the Mary Kay we've all heard. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story. So basically, I was 27 years old when I started Mary Kay, and I was working as a nutritionist for the health department. And it was my first job out of college, and I'd been there for 5.5 years, and I had an 80-mile commute every day, round trip, and I'd go into an office full of low morale, office politics, negativity, and the people that had been there for a long time. And I could see my future 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And I thought there's got to be something more. I wasn't even appreciated or paid, for having a college degree like I thought I should have been. And I was just looking for something more. But if you saw me then, you would have said, she looks like she should join the Peace Corps, not a makeup company, because I wore no makeup. I'd never sold anything. I was really pretty quiet, always a hard worker. And there I was putting my resume together, went on a job interview. The woman said, call back. When I called back, she said, we didn't get the funding. It was a school district position, but hey, I do something on the side and I want to tell you about it. Have you heard of Mary Kay Cosmetics? I had heard of Mary Kay. Like I said, I was 27 at the time, but when I was 19, home from college in the summer, my mom was a hostess for a Mary Kay party in her kitchen. And I remember sitting around the kitchen and the woman wringing out the washcloth saying to myself, this kind of looks like fun. But that consultant never followed up with me. She never asked me how I even liked the product. My mom bought me a skincare set. My mom didn't purchase for herself, but she bought me a skincare set because she thought I was excited about it and always wanted to do something for me. So anyway, she bought that skincare set, and I was using the skincare. Consultant never followed up. So for consultants, this is really good training. Always follow up. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that later, but always follow up, always. Consequently, I kept buying Mary Kay wherever I found it here and there, but I'd only buy a cleanser because I didn't really understand using it as a recipe. I just said I would run out of cleanser, so I'd order cleanser. Nobody along the way even asked me, would you like an update facial? Another big takeaway for consultants, always ask, would you like an update facial? When you get those random hits, find out a little bit more. So I wasn't really a stranger to Mary Kay. And I do remember seeing 60 Minutes with the expose on Mary Kay. I do remember that. And I remember it was very positive. So a lot of things were in the back of my mind. So it wasn't that strange to show up at a unit meeting as a guest. Even though that meeting was a good hour drive from my house, I still went ahead and went. And within 24 hours, I was a consultant. And it was a very scary thing for me to do, which I'm going to tell you about in a little bit too. But I was so scared. It was good because I did everything I was told, because I was afraid I'd fail if I didn't. And as Terry mentioned, that I did build a strong foundation, but it was kind of unintentional in a sense. It was out of my commitment to do everything I was told so I couldn't fail. And I remember even thinking, and if I do fail, I'm blaming Mary Kay. I'm not going to take the rap for this. It's going to be that this was a big, company that was all, bells and whistles and a big scam or something. I mean, I had a story all around how if I did it all by the book and I failed, then it was going to be blaming Mary Kay. So, of course, I didn't fail. I was successful. I was seeing income. I was booking off my parties. I was introducing the business because I kept bringing guests to the events. And after 1 year, I was thinking, how can I quit my job? I didn't want to quit Mary Kay. I want to quit my job. So when I did leave my job, I only had 3 team members and 2 were hanging on by a thread. But because I made the decision to quit my job, I was all in Mary Kay, because your bills don't go away when you quit your job. And I'm a very responsible person. So I hit it. I hit it strong. And every day I got up, got dressed, and got busy. And part of my motivation at the time was that I didn't have any children. We were newly married, but I knew we were going to have a family. And I thought if I could build this as a business, I could be a work from home mom and have the flexibility and so forth. So anyway, I worked really hard that year, did both courts, became a director, had my Cadillac, and about a year later had my first baby girl. And then 22 months later, my second little baby girl, but we never missed a beat because my foundation was really, really strong. And everything you do, ladies, has a trajectory. So if you build it strong, you're going to have a strong trajectory. If you build it on sand, you're going to have a shaky trajectory. I wasn't willing to work hard and have it fall apart. I wanted to work hard and create what I called sustainability. Keep building, keep building, keep building, getting growth, not just replace, but getting growth. When I say sustainable, I mean, I wanted this to produce income for my family. So even though my why at first was to prove I could do it, then I had children. My why became giving everything. Oh, when I quit my job, my why became making money. When I had the children, it was all about providing opportunity for my children. And then now it's all about pay it forward. I'm really content in, so much of what I have in belongings. It's not about the belongings. It's really about the impact that you make and the, changing lives, if you will. So for me now, it's all pay it forward. That's really my why, is how can I be an encourager to women, all women in and out of Mary Kay. I want them, when they leave a conversation with me, that they feel equipped, that they can actually achieve what's in their heart's desire. And it's not for the chosen few, it's for the few who choose. And if you can help a woman feel confident and change her belief system to be empowered, then, the sky's the limit. Mm-hmm. So I'm one of those trainers that kind of work from the last 7 days. They say, the last 7 days are where I'm getting my material for what I'm about to share with you next. Every time I talk, really, I share something different because it's just kind of what the topic of the day. So I'm going to start with this. Number 1, okay, I'm retiring, yes. And so when you're retiring, I think, or relaunching or graduating, upgrading, all of those things, you are reflective. And in being reflective, one of the things that hits me hard is basically the day I signed up. Believe it or not, in my reflection, I'm going to tell you a story about that. You see, I was one of those consultants that got excited and I signed up pretty much on the spot. However, I immediately I was one of those, we used to use hard copies back in the day. Okay, I'm talking 1983 when I signed up, and I know that's before some of you were born. But anyway, I signed my agreement and put the check and put it under the mat, and my recruiter picked it up on her way to work to mail it in or sign it or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but I put it under the mat. And then that was really, really early. So she picked it up. And then I don't know, I started feeling like, oh no, I made a mistake. I can't do this. What was I thinking? I was looking for a job, not a business. And I called her. And I had to track her down because we didn't have cell phones then. And I think I called her at work and I said, oh, don't cash the check. Don't hold off. No, no. You know what? I thought about it a little bit more. This is not the time. This is just not the time. I was looking for a job change. I was not looking to start a business. And, you know, she could have said, okay, all right, no problem. I'll tear up the check. But she didn't say that. She said, you know, I understand, but you know what? It doesn't have to be either or. You can do both. In that magical moment, she changed the course of my life, because when I said it's not the time, it was really code for I'm scared. I don't know if I can do this. And she just assured me it doesn't have to be either or. Listen, I'll come over when you have time. We'll give you an update facial, have a girlfriend, let's do it. So she came over that Saturday. That was a Wednesday. She was there that Saturday and she gave me a facial because remember, I wasn't using really the product properly and I know nothing about color. And I felt really pretty. My friend bought the product and my friend signed up. Well, my goodness. One weekend, I had my first team member. I wasn't going to quit. You know, I was one up and it was fun. And I thought, okay. And so then I went on and in the day, what we did is we booked our perfect start. We booked 8 parties. And my director at the time was now National Sales Director Emeritus Carol Anton. And this is probably not even legal, but we could not pick up a starter kit until we had 8 parties confirmed on the books and we gave our director the list of bookings. So being that person, that compliant person, I'm going to do it by the book. I got 8 parties booked and I turned in my list and I got my starter kit. And I remember I practiced with the flip chart and I practiced just out loud in my bedroom until I was tired of practicing. And I was so glad. I go, oh boy, here comes a party so I can go and do this because I'm tired of practicing. And it was just timing. I just heard a presenter say, you got to mention this follow-up facial 7 times in your presentation. You can mark your flip chart. And I did what he said. And I worked a year off of my first 8 parties because I booked from every party. I mean, I couldn't have done it more by the book, but I didn't even know how what I was doing was going to be so good in the long run. I was just too dumb to doubt, and I just did it by the book. So anyway, those were the beginnings. And gosh, it's been so much fun raising my 2 daughters. They're 34 and 32 now. I just can't even believe it. And they're very successful, very confident, very adventurous, because they're confident, I think they're willing, they try new things, try adventures, and very compassionate for people. And they always take in a friend. And it's just wonderful to watch them. Neither of them are married, and I think they're waiting for the right guy, you know, so it's all good. So anyway, and I've been married 41 years. My husband's helped me along in my business for many, many years. So anyway, so retiring and reflecting, and life doesn't have to be either or. And you know what else is good about that? I use that a lot when I talk to people, because I remember it was code for I'm afraid. And so I don't let people really off the hook too easily. I want to stick with them and encourage them. Well, you know, in that moment, you made that decision to give it a try. Maybe let's focus back on why you did that, because you had hope of what could be, right? Or whatever the story is. Well, let's just give it a try and give it 6 months. And if you don't like it, you can quit. Okay, number 2. Here's something else that I think is really helpful du jour, and that is storytelling sells. And I present the skincare as a story. So when I open up my skincare party, I say, if we were here today talking about dental health, there would be 4 essentials of dental health. Brush your teeth twice a day, floss once a day, avoid sugary foods, and visit the hygienist or dentist twice a year. But ladies, we're not talking about teeth today. We're talking about healthy skin. And most people don't think about it, but there are 4 essentials to healthy skin, just like there's 4 essentials to healthy teeth. And I want to share those with you today because it's just as important to take this good a care of your skin as it is to take care of your teeth. Okay, so the 4 essentials: cleanse, exfoliate, hydrate, and protect. And then I feel like we're making sense of it. And it works like a recipe. You don't want to skip a step or, substitute a product. You want to work it, use it like a recipe. And I say, just like with your teeth, you wouldn't get the same result using your fingers or a washcloth to brush your teeth. You use a toothbrush. And in Mary Kay, our cleansing brush is a powerful tool to give you 4 times the clean, because again, it's more effective than fingers or a washcloth. And just like a toothbrush gets between your teeth, the cleansing brush gets in your pores. And this storytelling, I feel like it makes so much sense because they all want a skincare set. And another little hint on that, I say, we feel so strongly about using this like a recipe that we actually discount the entire set $39. And that would be the repair collection. And the 3D Miracle set, we discounted $14 initially because we are committed to encourage you to get started with it as a set. So that's my number 2 tip for the day. Number 3 tip of the day, now I don't want to go against the grain or cause any ruckus here, but I have moved from the I story to the you story. Now, why did I go from the I to you is because I am always a curious person and I like to see what other companies or sales trainers do. And I heard this one company say about the you story, and I thought that makes sense. So, like, here's an example. Instead of saying, I love the flexibility of my career, you want to say something like, would you love more flexibility? Would you love to meet the bus when your kids get home from school? Would you love not to have to ask your boss for time off? How could this flexibility enhance your life right now? I find that it's kind of a way to move them into putting themselves in the picture of doing Mary Kay. They can already almost experience the benefit because of the way you phrased it. So that's just a topic du jour. I mean, I might be onto something next week, but today I've been having a ton of fun with this whole notion of the you story versus the I story. Okay, number 4. My number 4 key that is really working for us right now is what we call the courtesy call. And we use the term courtesy call. So, you know how we often talk about the 2-2-2 plan? You call in 2 days to see how they're doing. You want to see them in 2 weeks. And then every 2 months you check in to see, how they're doing with their supply. Well, we've moved into hi Susie, making a courtesy call. I want to see how the product's working for you. What compliments have you gotten? Have you noticed a change in your skin? Now, what's not working? Now, that might scare you to ask that question, but actually in the long run, if she's saying, I don't know, it's feeling greasy, she may not tell you that unless you asked her what's not working. And then you can say, oh my goodness, well, tell me how much you're using. Or, we can swap out that formula. I mean, right within 2 days with a courtesy call, you can help solve any challenge that she might be having. And it's going to turn her into a customer for life. Not making that 2-day courtesy call, she could just stop using the product, or worse, say, oh yeah, I tried Mary Kay and it was too greasy. You don't want that. You want her being a raving fan. And the way you create a raving fan is with courtesy calls. Now, another courtesy call that's been very effective is to call customers and just kind of like serendipitous and just say, oh, hey, Jamie, hey, it's B with Mary Kay. Got a second? Yeah. Say, I know the last time we talked, you were really enjoying the product. And I know we swapped out that moisturizer. It's been a month or two. Just checking in. I'm placing an order on Friday. And I wondered, are you running low on anything? I can include it in the order. So it's just, oh, yeah, by the way, I am. Or is there anything you'll be running out of in the next 3 or 4 weeks that we should include in the order? Now, some of the consultants are really depending on CDS and customer delivery service, and they're working that way. And some of them are doing it with their inventory and having it come to them and then getting it out. But either way, you're placing orders on Friday. And so you're placing CDS orders or you're placing your order. So I'm not trying to, what I want to say, trick the consumer. I'm just giving courtesy call because I have time on Fridays because I work full time to fill all the orders. And if you order next Monday, I may not have time to do it until Friday. I'm just giving you a courtesy call to give you the best service possible, and that kind of thing. Also, oh, this is something else about the courtesy call. Would you like a sample? Now, this I find really important. Hey, I was just thinking about, I want to make a quick courtesy call. Would you like a sample of the eye patches? Because I know you had talked about the puffiness under your eyes. Because when you think about this is again developing a raving fan. Anybody can order skincare or cosmetics online. They can order online, right? But what's the Mary Kay advantage? We have samples that we can mail out. These companies online aren't giving samples. We have samples we can give. We have a satisfaction guarantee, and we can do the courtesy call to differentiate our customer service. Think about it. Some people are out there buying a car, spending thousands of dollars. Do they ever get a courtesy call? Hey, how you doing with that car? Do you know how all the bells and whistles work? Or, hey, I want to just give you a quick courtesy call and thank you for stopping in and for your purchase. I mean, imagine doing a courtesy call with a thank you. Wow, would that be impressive? You see, we have to use the leverage of sampling and customer service to get those raving fans. Because if you're going to do the work to get a customer, a couple of things you really want to do. You want to make sure they're fully satisfied, because that way they're likely to possibly sign up and become a consultant. They're likely to refer people to you because they love your service. They're walking around as a billboard for Mary Kay because their skin looks good. There's advantages to getting it right with every customer. And two, you've got the trajectory of reorders because the product's so consumable. But what I like about doing things right, or, the Mary Kay way, if you will, is you're modeling how it's to be done. So when they do become a consultant on your team, they're going to do what you suggest. I mean, I'm noticing this with my daughter, who's a new director, and she has a full career. So this is a part-time thing for her. And she's brand new. She's 7 days in. And she goes, okay, I got this report, the weekly accomplishment sheet. What should I do? And I said, I want you to send her an email that says, I got your report. Congratulations on the initiative you took this week. Look at you did really well to have a $500 week. And then I checked in with her later today and I go, okay, did you understand? She goes, yes, I've already emailed her. Because this is one thing that I think my daughter has gotten through Mary Kay is value people, and the power of encouragement. Many times she said to me, would my boss get it if every so often I got a few words of affirmation? They'd get a lot more out of me because it means a lot to affirm people. So that's what I would talk about courtesy call. Number 5, email marketing. Here's what I want to share about email marketing. Okay, you probably figured this out. Facebook, Instagram, they go down. You don't have any information, because anything you've done, you don't own the information on Facebook and Instagram. They do. But your email list, you own your email list. So all those private messages and all that stuff, my opinion, I would be using My Customer Plus and back everything up, and I would be using email. Email is still super viable for marketing. And I'll tell you why I like it. I like it because it's not intrusive. Like a text sometimes could be a little annoying in a sense, depending how often you text to a customer. But the email, she's going to be looking at her leisure. That's how I see it. I'm making up the story. Okay, so those e-cards, you think, and I don't know if you've been looking at the e-cards, but when you put and you use My Customer Plus as a database, then you can, with one click, send an e-card to everybody. Well, right now, you could send an e-card to get everybody a notification about setting up that app for shopping on their phones, right? So one click, e-card goes out, really beautiful graphics, has your information, click, they can go to your website. Oh my gosh, it's so professional. And what if follow-up Friday, every Friday, you sent an e-card to your customers? You could send the new catalog, you could send maybe an email and use a video, a shareable video. You could, there's so many things you could do. Again, it's customer service, it's impressive, it's modeling what you want them to do, and it's advertisement. Because I don't know about you, but man, even with beauty news going out, I get an email back, I need a mascara, or I get, it jogs their memory to reach out. So I think email marketing is king. Go ahead with My Customer Plus using the thank you card. Here's another reason I love to send a thank you e-card, because it gives them my website right there. Click here for more shopping. Then when you do a courtesy call, you can say, hey, do you remember getting an email that had my website? Hey, do you remember getting an email that had a video on the repair collection? Because after all, you got started with it and I wanted to make sure, this is what I love to do too. They get started with repair. I love to send the shareable video from the lounge, from the video lounge on In Touch, and say, thank you for your purchase. Here's a video reviewing all the benefits of your repair collection. I'll be in touch in a few days to see if you have any questions. Bam. Wow, I'm impressed with my consultant. She really cares about my $205 purchase. I'll be buying from her again. She's a small business that's on the ball. I'm not going to buy from on Amazon. I'm not going to buy on eBay. I'm not going there. I'm going right to that consultant. She's taking good care of me. Okay, another little quick tip I wanted to share is back to the email marketing though first. Your customer service is your brand. So what do you want your customer service saying about you? And that's something to think about, okay? Handwritten thank you note along with that thank you on an e-card, double good, double the pleasure. Okay, number 6, new consultant, $30 e-start. I've been really playing with this for 2 years, whatever most of us have, right? It's kind of changed things, the $30 kit, because it's all virtual. So, one of the very first things I do with a new consultant with that $30 e-start is I show her how to write a sales ticket using My Customer Plus, because that can be a big thing. How do I write up a sales ticket? How do I charge her card? So I teach them right away that technique of My Customer, the sales ticket, and setting up their pro pay so they can process it. So with my observation on that $30 kit, it's sometimes people have a lower commitment level because it's only $30. So with a lower commitment level, I want to match my expectation with kind of their expectation. And of course, I'm going to ask them, what's your goal? How much money do you want to make? How much time do you want to put in per week? Let's create a list of people. Yes, I want to do that, but I've got to be realistic with my expectation and her expectation. So I better do some homework on that. So what I found, instead of just jumping right in on booking technique or on some of the things that I used to do right away, Power Start, Perfect Start, Pearls, all that, now I kind of back up and go a little bit like, okay, let's definitely make a list of people that you want to get their opinion, because I think with a list, it builds confidence, and I celebrate that win of the list. Oh my gosh, you have this list. Oh my gosh, you know what? You're a winner, because I know there's going to be a lot of opportunity here. Now let's figure out how to do a sales ticket. Let me show you this, and let me show you what you're doing. You're collecting a database. You're creating a database, because that's what every business does. Now they don't have to be a customer yet. We can go ahead and put them in. Let me show you how the app works. I'm all about apps and holding your phone and doing it on the phone. And then let's do ProPay. And then okay. And then usually within 1 week, we have our launch party. So just had this happen. She was a guest on a Saturday. We did an interview on the next Saturday. She signed up, and on the next Saturday was her launch party. We turned the booking into her launch party. And it was almost poetic because in between her signing and the launch party, all I said, here's the invitation to text out, get the confirmations. Now go ahead and put everybody you invite into my customer. And now let's get the ProPay set up and your website set up. That's all I want you to do, because she's a surgical nurse. She only has so much time and she's a single mom. So she has her launch party. Her launch party worked out great. 2 repair sets, 2 cleansing brushes, told the teeth story, booked her 2 parties and some interviews. Now the idea is this. I try to keep it simple and I keep her winning. But just the fact that she did all the orders and that she placed her first inventory order, and now she can do credit card charges, and now she can has her website that she can send out in her first week. That's a big win. It's a big, big win. I knew her financial situation. I knew that the party was coming up. I didn't clog up her brain with inventory talk. Sorry, but this is what I do. I treat them as it's not one size fits all. With new consultants, I've got to be very inquisitive on their goals, their expectations, what they want, their time commitment, their vision, their level of skill. Here's another one. Rate your skill on a 1 to 10 on tech skills. On a computer, how good are you on a 1 to 10? On a smartphone, how good are you on a 1 to 10? On social media, how good are you? How involved are you on 1 to 10? Based on what she tells me, I customize it for her. I've had people literally not know how to cut and paste, not be on Facebook. I can't jump in on how to do a Facebook pop-up party. I'll lose her. I might need to work a little differently. And I haven't really figured it out, but I like Zoom still because I like seeing the people. And to me, it's still a face-to-face versus the Facebook Live. I also tell that new consultant, it doesn't matter if there's 1 person or 10 people or 20 people. This is going to happen no matter what, because I don't want her all nervous about what if nobody shows. Okay. And also sometimes just a group of 4 or 5 is plenty, because I've had really big groups and it's really hard to close sometimes. And I don't know that we get as much from a smaller group. Anyway, again, my whole point is there's no rules. It's a case by case story. And it's it's not one size fits all. Yeah. Also, here's another takeaway. Use whatever party you're doing. If it's a Zoom party for your new team member, or somebody considering the business, even invite them as an observation. We used to do this when we'd go in the field. We'd always take people with us. Take people with you on a Zoom party, take people with you on a Facebook Live party, take them with you and coach them. Don't say anything and don't participate until it's all over. We'll go offline and we'll have our talk. But this is only observation for you to take notes and for you to be trained. And this is very, very helpful. And it's the same goes. If it's a flop, they need to see you experience the flop, because flops happen. If it's a success, that process, it's more presentation that they're gaining from. Plus, you will always do a better job if somebody's observing. That's what I say. Okay, so I'm gonna, in closing here, I have a hot idea for you, okay? A booking idea. Maybe this will work, maybe not. Again, it's du jour, it's of the day, but host a Friendsgiving shopping experience. We just did a Friendsgiving dinner, Mary Kay Friendsgiving, and oh my gosh, it was so heartwarming. I think people want community, and Friendsgiving is a really fun theme. I've done Friendsgiving facials. That's kind of a fun theme, but just a fun Friendsgiving shopping experience with gratitude gift cards, discounts, free shipping, and a raffle for everybody who participates. And you can host it and you can invite friends and families. I'm doing a Friendsgiving beauty experience or shopping experience. And I wanted to invite you and include you. It's just fun. It's going to be raffles. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. And then I say, invite a friend and get a free extra raffle ticket. And the first 5 to RSVP get a raffle ticket. And I send the text and I follow up call. And I believe in the 3 touches, like you text, you call, you might call, and then you text reminder again. I mean, it takes 3 touches. So maybe a Friendsgiving facial or Friendsgiving shopping experience could fill your date book. You could look for hostesses to host a Friendsgiving with her friends and family. You can host your own Friendsgiving. You can offer gratitude gift cards. How fun. If you'll host, you'll get a $30 gratitude gift card and have fun with that. And then the last thing I want to do, this is so funny because what I'm doing in cleaning up, I have this is terrible. I'm not a hoarder really, and everything's very organized, but I have saved every newsletter I have ever done as a sales director and as a national sales director. And this one was from 1986. It happened to be in my November file. And Arlene Richards had just earned her company card. Arlene is still with me. She's 88 years old. And in here, there was this little formula for success. And I'm going to share with you the formula for success because it hasn't changed since 1986. Number 1,
No, it wouldn't. Yeah, no.
Teach at least 2 to 3 skincare classes a week. This will keep you on target for earning $500 this month and allow you to place at least a 600 wholesale order at the 50% discount. You'll also be on your way to Star Consultant status for the new quarter ending March 15th. Remember, all Star Consultants will be honored at a special banquet on April 10th. We still recognize our stars. Number 2, follow up after each class with interviews. Always visit with your hostess about the Mary Kay opportunity, plus at least 1 or 2 of her guests. Win your pearl necklace or senior consultant pin when one qualifies as a new consultant. And number 3, bring guests to success meetings. Invite at least 10 women each week for the next meeting or function. It's always easier and more encouraging for potential new consultants to make a decision when they can meet others and experience the fun that we have. Great. Above all, okay, this above formula works like magic. And I believe each of you can do it. And I do believe each of you can do it. And just go for it. So with that, I'm going to go back to you, Terry.
So I have a final question for you, B. It's actually one of Oprah's favorite questions that she likes to ask at the end of all of her programs, which is, well, and first let me say this. What you share is so simplistic. And what I heard, and I know that LaRonda is going to want to share, but let me share with you quickly what I heard. And then I do want to ask the question. For you, what I'm hearing is nothing is cookie cutter. Like everything is really hearing what the other person is saying and then going from that place. And I know that the only way that you can do that, B, is by taking actions and a lot of action, working with a lot of clients, working with a lot of consultants, and through your actions, what I'm hearing is that you are figuring it out. And I could actually see your mind kind of like working, like you're just figuring it out as you're working with multiple people. Like this isn't something that you would figure out working with one person. This is something that you would figure out working with, I would almost say hundreds of people, right? Like
over the years. Yes.
Yeah. And so you figure it out. But then what I see that you do is once you listen to them, then you think and you tweak it according to the person, and then you work with them. So it's almost like being at a place of nothing every time you work with someone brand new. And because it's not cookie cutter in today's world, because like you said, someone might have a lot of experience and some people might have very little experience, but as a professional beauty consultant, And even you, a month and a half prior to retiring, you know the current apps, you know how to be able to implement them, to apply them, to teach them. And wow, like, and by the way, on top of all of that, I'm just mesmerized by looking at your skin. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm
I
thinking,
love this product. Oh my gosh.
I'm like your neck, your face, like there's no way that you could be like about to retire at 65. There's
Right.
no way.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's my final question for you is all of these years, 38 years of growing a Mary Kay business, what do you know for sure?
I know for sure that this is a journey of self-discovery. And being an entrepreneur is not about as much success as an entrepreneur is really the journey of self-discovery. I am not the person that I was when I started. I am so different from that because of all the experiences. So what I know for sure, it's embrace the journey of self-discovery and be a good listener. You know, I do know I'm listening because I want everybody to have a wow experience as a consultant and as a customer. It's a commitment for me. So I know for sure that people want to be heard, and that's part of the customization. People want to be heard, and it's a journey of self-discovery.
Mm, so good. Thank you, B. I know that LaRonda wants to share a few thoughts too.
Well, that was a beautiful ending, and I want to thank you, B, for everything. I loved like life doesn't have to be either or. And even though we know that, sometimes like we're all in, but I do believe today, I'm looking at you there, but I know you're there. I just love how she said that to you. And of course, I remember you always showed well, first of all, I believe I'm a good listener too, but we can always get better at everything. I know that. But I remember when Carol flew me to California, and I remember, you know, kind of being, I don't know where I was it was 20 years ago or longer, 22 years ago, but you were so into what I was saying. And so I mean, I'm telling you, it wasn't just in London. It was like you cared. And yeah, and of course I know you do, but I saw it. But a lot of people say they care, but you don't always see it or feel it. And so there's a huge difference. And so I just want to say thank you for everything. I loved your Friendsgiving idea. I just like really? Yeah, I know what a Friendsgiving thing. That's so awesome. So thank you for that. But as I close out, and as you graduate, relaunch, and I know that you truly, like you said, that you want to, you didn't use the word bless, but impact others, whether they're in Mary Kay or out of Mary Kay. But what mark do you want to make on others forever? What mark do you want to leave people with, not just in Mary Kay, but others in life?
Just more confidence. I really feel that when you have confidence, you can go after anything. No dream is too big. Confidence to me is believing in yourself and believing that you can do it. And I mean, though Mary Kay, you can do it, but like if I can help women, I do mentor women outside of Mary Kay, just entrepreneurs for free. It's not like, it's like buy me coffee. I always tell it at a networking meeting, I'm a really good person to know. I know a lot of people and I know a lot of stuff, but I joke when I say it, but it's funny because then someone will say, hey, yeah, I want to meet you for coffee and whatever. And then we start an informal kind of coaching thing. But I want to impact women that they have more confidence, and also that whatever limiting beliefs are keeping them stuck, to introduce the concept that you don't maybe have to carry that story. Maybe there's a new story. What would a new story look like? I love to just shake up the thinking. So
that's it, B. That's it. That should be all of our paths, to help every woman to shake up their thinking, because things are just, like you said at the very beginning, we all have a thought about thinking, but what did you say at the very beginning of the thing about thinking? What did you say? What was your one statement?
Change your thinking, change your life.
That's exactly right. Exactly. So thank you for blessing us. And we love you. I love you. And I'm grateful that you're here tonight. Yes.
Thank you. You know, one thing too, every relationship is even more precious now, I feel. Like with you,
Oh.
Terry, and with you, LaRonda, every friendship is even more precious. I really, you have, I don't know if it's just Thanksgiving or what, but man, I have a grateful heart.
Yeah,
Such a
Yep.
grateful heart.
yeah.
That is so beautiful, B. Well, we want to respect your time. I know that she's jumping off to jump on a another event here in 3 minutes, B. We are grateful. And I just want to tell you again, thank you. And I absolutely feel the same thing. Like, you know, like I just am so grateful for you, for our friendship, for even out of Mary Kay, our future together, our journeys together that will still be. You have so many people in the chat section that are just saying, thank you, what they received from tonight. I will make sure that I capture the communication and make sure that you see the communication, B. Again, we're grateful. Thank you very much and enjoy your next call, B. We love you.
Oh, thank you so
Happy,
much,
we love
everybody.
you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy
Happy Thanksgiving.
Friendsgiving.
Bye, everyone. We love you.
And yes, and so in just in honor, LaRonda and I would love to just say that we love all of you. God bless you. Have a knockout November. Blessings upon you, your family, your Thanksgiving day, the memories that you'll be creating. We love you all. God bless you all. And we'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great November,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone. Thank you. Bye, Cherry. Love.
Bye, LaRonda. Love you.
I love you.